morning and welcome to a day in my life vlog. Happy Tuesday. My shoulder just popped. Okay, good morning. Let's make our bed and have ourselves a day. I'm in need of I don't want to say good because that puts pressure on it. I'm in need of a specific one. I don't even know. I have a preference to feel good today because I haven't been. So let's just make our bed and appreciate the gratitude of having a new, oh, one of my legs just fell off, and set ourselves up statistically for success. I need it right now, you know? I'm telling you, corner mode is coming to stay because it's so easy. That took me 5 less seconds than it needed to, period. Oh, I'm about to dive into this journal because I've been having a really hard time recently. Anyone else? Anyone else super anxious and overwhelmed? Don't answer. Everything that I'm feeling right now and kind of get it all out. I think it's important to acknowledge when you feel negative and to sit with it, analyze it, and to put it somewhere so it doesn't impact the rest of my day. And if it does, then we'll deal with that. And I trust that I can do that, right? Write down my shit and not just like, because I feel like you'll have a thought like, oh, I feel so bad today, okay? And then you'll go downstairs and you'll be cooking your eggs like, oh, I feel so bad today. Doing your homework, oh, I feel so bad today. And then your whole day is, I feel so bad today. Versus when I just write it down, it just gets it physically out, it gets it mentally out. I'm able to read it and say, okay, this is how I'm feeling. Sort of looking at it objectively and not subjectively. Obviously, yeah, people want to have like good and whatever. I'm trying to really refrain from using good and bad vocab because I feel like that does unnecessary damage to my health bar. I want to keep my XP. I feel angry. I feel disappointed. That is just what that is. When it's in your brain, I think your brain, because it's your brain, you make everything subjective and like you make everything hurt more because when you say something like, I feel upset, I mean, you're not identifying with it, but do you get what I'm saying? It's too early to get philosophical, but you get what I'm saying. I'm just gonna like vent on paper is what the summary of that story is, girl. Wow. It says it's 57 degrees right now. Here's my dilemma. Do we wear this fun little puffy jacket that is mine or my dad's flannel? Did somebody say comfort? Now that it's officially September, you're gonna see me in my dad's clothes even more than you already did. We're just shifting from what it is. You know how it's those big t-shirts? Nikki got me this when we went to the beaches from the brew that we went to. Isn't the color kind of cool? It's like a winey, whatever. We're just shifting from big t-shirts to his crew necks and LL Bean flannels. Research says it's impossible to feel sad when you're in your dad's flannels. I don't make the rules there. We're about to head off on our morning walk. This is our 5th. Who want me? These are my Beats Studio 3 headphones, by the way. I like them. I had Sony. I've had 2 pair. One of them was stolen from my car when I worked at Wegmans, and then the other one, Bentley 8. So I like my Beats Studio 3s. They are a lot cheaper and they do the job. All you need to do is listen to your music. Like I don't need some $800. I guess we can go now, yeah? Yeah, we're good. We have everything. It's just the worst combination of clothes patterns ever. 5 minutes outside getting morning sunlight will literally pivot your mood. I don't know if this, you can tell it. I feel so much better. I know there's like leaf blowers in the background. I always think of that episode of SpongeBob where they got the leaf blowers, the reef blowers. Now that I'm thinking about that, is that just a pun on like leaf of reef? I gotta rewatch SpongeBob. With how much I talk about it, you'd think I'm fucking sponsored by them. Even if it is just 15 minutes outside, I don't do this for steps. I don't really even do this for anything besides just my mental health. And especially as somebody who struggles with seasonal depression, September is the month where I start to be very, very intentional about the habits that set me up for kind of success in that way. And you gotta use a lot of positive momentum is what I have found to be most helpful. So starting things now before it gets dark at 5 p.m. and I'm in those periods where it's so hard, it's gonna be 10 times harder to just start all these new habits compared to starting it now and just kind of maintaining what I already do. It's just a lot easier that way. Sometimes when you're in your brain all the time, it's not good for you. Like, we need to get out here. Are you out in these streets? You should be. And it is a little warm in this flannel, but I'm still keeping it on because I don't want to hold it. Times like this, I wish I had an extra limb. I'm listening to the Huberman Lab podcast on emotional intelligence, and let me just say, I got clocked, bitch. The guy on there, he was like, we oftentimes use words like anxiety, and they incorrectly label ourselves as anxious when in reality, we're just stressed or overwhelmed, which are completely different things. I was like, did you watch the vlog? Are you in my camera? What is happening? And he's so right. Maybe I am anxious also, but I definitely am very overwhelmed and stressed right now. So you respond to maybe being stressed a little bit differently than being purely anxious. Because for people who are purely anxious in the lens of like you're having a panic attack, you're obviously going to do different things and need different things than somebody who is just a little bit overwhelmed. Learning about emotional intelligence, this is my jam. It's my bread and butter, my grape jam. I'm a strawberry jelly girl though. I think for a PB&J it needs to be like strawberry grape. I don't like jelly form. I like something, it needs to be red, like a raspberry jam. Oh, get my fingers sticky, okay? I say things and they always turn out wrong, and I'm not even just trying to sound like a fourth grader who has his mind in the gutter. It just comes out wrong every single time. It's all that you need to feel better is literally 15 minutes. You can do that, okay? I was talking in therapy about when I feel really overwhelmed. I was like, hey, are there any tools that you can give me for whenever I'm like, the world is ending and I can't do anything ever? She was like, just pick one thing and just do it for 5 minutes. She's like, you can stop after the 5 minutes. She's like, and if you hate it, at least you did 5 minutes of it. But what you'll find usually is once you start doing something, you want to keep going when you know that you have given yourself permission to stop whenever you want. Sometimes in the mornings I wake up and I'm like, well, I don't really feel like it. But I know the positive potential on the other side, and I know that I can stop whenever I want. I know that all that it takes is 15 minutes. I can do anything for 15 minutes. If I can bitch and moan in bed for 15 minutes, I can just walk. It's like the lowest of impact exercise that you can do. That's probably not true, but swimming is probably actually number one on your joints. It's very easy. It feels good. It's time with yourself. Like I can easily convince myself to walk for 5-10 minutes. And every single time I end up feeling so good that I keep going, and that gives me positive momentum for the rest of my day. But I wouldn't feel that if I would put pressure on, I need to get all of my steps right now. Like then my morning walk is like, I'm at the start of a start line and I have an hour and a half to go. It's like, why? It doesn't need to be like that. I've been reducing a lot of excess exercise and just focusing more on like the habits of what I'm doing. So getting my morning sunlight, keeping my same workout structure, even if it's harder for me to necessarily progress in weight, still push myself regardless, because that's what's going to carry you and keep you consistent long term. We have reached Drip Town, USA. The sweatshirt has come off, but that's okay. I really recommend listening to that Human Lab podcast episode, because now they're talking about the difference between contentment and happiness, our lives as strives to be happy versus strives to be content, because content is taking what you already have and accepting and being okay with that, versus happiness is typically a very conditional thing for a lot of people, where it's like, I'm gonna keep filming even though this person is coming because I'm allowed to do that, and this is growth, and this is the hardest part, and you can do it, and you can do it, and I did it, and I did it, yeah! I did it, I died. Once I get out of college, I'll be happier. Once it's Christmas, I'll be happier. Once I get a relationship, I'll be happy. You're postponing good things for yourself. I can be fully content and love everything that I'm doing right now because I am enough right now. How I see it is like contentment at least puts emphasis on the whole and not looking for pieces to fit and create a whole picture. It's taking the whole that you already are and accepting that for what it is and saying anything else is in addition to that, right? I'm very content right now because I am safe, I am loved, have an able body that can perform for me. It is beautiful weather, there's beautiful trees. I am going to go home and I know that I will have nutritious food today. I know that I have clean water today. Focusing on a career path that serves me. I have a job that I love. I'm incredibly content right now. It's not humid. It smells like right before fall. My butt cheeks are a little bit sore from leg day. That's contentment. If I judge every day, which I have absolutely been a victim to in the past of like, am I happy today? When you view happiness in like a desperate lens, oftentimes, at least for me, you'll find you're not. Because you're asking yourself if you have it as if it's a scarce resource in a way. Contentment is just saying, fuck whatever I actually am feeling or anything like, maybe not that, but ego, I'm saying, I am content with what I have. And I think that's where gratitude plays a huge role in my life. It's why I preach about it all the damn time. I'm a big gratitude girly because it does just make you sit and recognize how much good you have, which I feel like we fail to do as much as we should. Just like that, I got 30 minutes of a walk, and I only shot for 15. I doubled it, bitch. Double it and give it to the next person. Dapstone gel. I need to order another one of these. That's one of those things that's been on my damn checklist. I need to like buy things, but I have such a hard time spending money. Even when it's things that like my skin literally needs, okay, maybe not needs, but would prefer. It's still hard for me to justify like a $50 skincare purchase. I'm sure in the month of August, I spent $50 on energy drinks in total in grand summary. When it's like all in one chunk, I'm like, oh, what if that's the wrong answer? I'm desperately just always looking for somebody to tell me that I'm doing the right thing. What's great about your 20s is you don't get any of that. A lot of life is just guessing. I don't like that. I don't like that. I need an answer sheet. I need a cheat sheet. I wish your life was as easy as your 9's times tables, where you can just put a finger down and you have your answer of like what is going on. It's the point isn't for it to be simple, because then everybody would know how to do it. I don't know, but I want everybody to know how to help. I love when pumps have that angle for your finger. It's just like so comfortable. That's a recliner chair. I'm at Lazy Boy. Something about a good spray nozzle. It's really gonna do it for you. Roll out your muscles, girl. You got muscles in your face. Morning skincare all done. My eyebrows have lasted a surprisingly long time since the last time that I got them waxed. They look good. I love the dishwasher. Me and my dad got a system. Right before he goes to bed, he runs it and I unload it in the morning. And it's so satisfying. I think it's fun. When I was a kid, I despised this. In my brain, it's just, I can't cook if it's not clean. Like I need to cook, you know what I'm saying? This just helps get me organized. It's very therapeutic. Proof that I use spatulas because they're in the dishwasher. Also, a very pivotal part of my morning is what kind of mug day is it gonna be? Yesterday, I used my little Frosty mug, but that was just because this one was in the dishwasher. The reason I use this one is because it's the biggest. It is cute. I guess I'm gonna use her again today, but thank you, Frosty, for your service. Here's my big three. Flower one, this one that has coffee on it, and this like fun little patterned one. Another pro to that is you get to set out all your dishes for breakfast and they're clean and it's just right there. For my eggies, Haley's fork, all clean. Oh, my sister went to the Smoky Mountains and she got me a sticker there. So look, I have another sticker on my collection. Joined with the most beautiful girly. The most beautiful queen, look at her. I feel like I hadn't had her in a while. We got our sweet potato. Bentley, get out of the trash. It's literally a raccoon. 2 eggs, some white spinach, hot sauce. This is home and I have my Elevate mushroom right here, which I'm not gonna sip on while I eat. I used to drink water while I eat and I've learned that I don't like how that makes me feel. I don't think it's good for digestion. So I usually just wait until after I finish eating to like sip on my liquids. But I'm gonna take my little take what you need moment for my Instagram. Affirmations to be team. Take what you need. What do you need today? Let's think. I can only do what I can. That's the one the app gave me. Ooh, I deserve to be treated with respect. Why do I low-key have allergies? I don't usually get allergies, but I feel like this year I have. And I think it's a thing if you can grow into them as you get older. I think I made that up. I have the power to improve my situation with sweet potatoes. Always. I make myself a priority every day. I always proofread these because sometimes there'll be like one day that I don't spell something right and I will get 25 DMs of like, oh, you meant this? And it's like, okay. Sorry. I'm gonna eat this in my sort of solitude. Okay, no phone. That's the only time I've been on social media so far today. Cheers to doing the best you can and focusing on what you can control. And sometimes that's a breakfast like this, okay? Beautiful, beautiful. I prefer to have a work strain before I come over here, but the way that the timing stuff just worked out, it made the most sense to come here first and then I'll go home and kind of get some work done in terms of school stuff because I have a lot of notes to do today. I got some lecture quizzes, some labs. I'm proud of myself for how I've been doing with school. It's been a juggling match. Also, this is such a side note, they have baby chicks. I want to show you guys. Look at these baby chicks. I'm on a farm. This is literally heyday, IRL. Look at them. Hi, cutie cuties. Oh my God, I'm that one. Hey. Not about you. Every time I vlog, the sun just gives me the worst lighting that's ever been. With school, it's been manageable. It's been difficult, but manageable. And I think I had the assumption that it was going to be an absolute hellscape, warfire of just the worst thing ever. Is it a little tough sometimes? Yeah. As all things are. I'm learning different ways to move around with my routine and I'm actually grateful for struggling with it because it's allowed me more opportunity to learn how I act under stress, and that is poorly. And once I know that I act poorly, I can work on that. But you have to acknowledge things to fix them. I already sent off all my client emails, so those are kind of ruminating and sitting. Those are marinating at home right now while we just let them out really quickly, and then we'll head home and get started on our workflow for today, period. We have a tutor. Are you helping me? I'm learning about the cranial nerve right now. I just finished up some of my lecture things, and I do want to take a quiz really, really quick, but I've been working for a few hours. I feel real good. Something about getting, even if it's learning, once you actually find something that you are interested in, it is fun to learn. I promise my parents aren't making me say that. I mean, for real, it is interesting. It's about 12:30 right now. My client thing, since I just did my schedule, I have a call from 4 to 4:30, 4:30 to 5. So I have that from 4 to 7:30 tonight. It feels good just getting some academic moments in, you know? And even if you aren't in school or something, or like just working for a few hours, you really do need it. Not like school, but like we need to just have some kind of organizational, like learning about something or like working for a few hours. A day of nothing. I don't know if anybody else is like this. I would rather take a day of like absolute book versus a day of empty. Oh no, don't do that to me. What do you mean? What do you mean I don't need to do anything? Yes, I do. Is that me just being stressed? Yeah. I can feel my traps engaged so hard right now from holding the camera and like just being tense. Let's relax. Unclench your jaw. It's probably clenched right now, and relax your eyes. I have to remind myself to do that very frequently, but it does help. I just took my quiz and I got 100. There's 10 questions. Listen, I'm allowed to be excited about that, okay? You gotta be proud of yourself. It's the little things in life. It truly is. Today I'm really feeling some kind of upper body moment. I'm thinking probably a push day. Usually my push days aren't like traditional. whatever. I just do shoulders and chest. I don't really train my arms anymore. I'm pretty pleased with my development, arm stimulation in the rest of my other lifts, and it's not that I'm neglecting my muscles. I think overall having muscle in your frame is incredibly beneficial. And I do have, I'm not slacking on my tries. I'm pleased with them, and they're gonna be engaged in other things, so I don't feel too much of a need to really focus on them, so I'm not gonna be doing that. I'm riding the academic high. This is literally proof of just, I take school so, it is satisfying when you learn something and then you get to actually, this is just academic validation defined. If you look it up on like Webster, Google, I just pop up. Hey, it makes you feel good to know that you're like retaining information. I've always been a pretty poor test taker, but I think it's because I just get so stressed out of like, oh, I need to do so well, and then I just freak out. There's like a time limit on it, and I have just freaked out for 30 minutes that I was supposed to be answering true or false questions. And so I never have worked the best in like test environments, but I do love the process of learning, and as I've gotten older, I've had to really be more meticulous with how I study. For fit today, I'm feeling my Blues Clues moment. This is the DFYNE, it's the Impact Bra, little animal print, and then these are the Impact shorts, both size medium, code HaleyC if you would like to. I really love this bra. I ordered the other colors on my next order. I'm really excited to show you guys. Of course, the Impact shorts are my favorite. The dynamic ones are great too, but they're just a little bit longer, and I like the scrunch on this better, and I am a short torso, I think, girly. I don't know. I didn't think I would like the lower waistband on these because usually I like high-waisted things, but I do really like how it feels. And the scrunch is just, hello? You're adding to cart. You don't have to, but I'm making my pre-workout. You want to say anything to the people?
That's okay.
Okay. For our elixir today, I'm thinking for stem-free, I'm gonna do strawberry kiwi. I will say, if you don't use it up, sometimes it gets like chunky. Do you see that? There you go. I don't know if you can see that. It's like chunky. That's kind of gross. So that's on brand. So we're gonna add to cart. I think it just happens when it sits for too long, maybe at like a different temperature. I'm gonna add a scoop of the Energy Surge as well. I don't know if this does anything, but it's fun. That's all the reason that it needs. And then for actual caffeine, I haven't used my blueberry lemonade, and I'm feeling blue. Not like blue, but blue. You get it. So I don't love this flavor. I'm not a big blueberry flavored girly. My dad's a huge blueberry guy. What's your favorite pie?
Blueberry.
It is blueberry. I knew it. I'm a good daughter. Usually it just tastes kind of artificial to me. I don't know. It's like any fruit. Color today is gonna be brown. I didn't really think about like mixing. I just mix everything. Strawberry, blueberry, lemonade, kiwi. That's just a fruit salad, you know? This is pond water. That is not appetizing. Good thing it doesn't have to be. Good thing if it's in my videos, it's never going to be. And it's at home here. It's welcomed with open arms. Cue the scissor right now. And for a little pre-workout snack, I'm gonna have 2 rice cakes because I forgot that I had these. And the chocolate ones are the best ones. My rice cake connoisseurs know one of the sides has the chocolate chips. Do you eat chocolate chip side up or down? I alternate so that I get the full experience. Okay, voiceover squad, we're doing a little bit of my little push day today. So I love any kind of pressing movement, obviously, for chest day, and I used to do like barbell benching, but I definitely like how dumbbell feels. I feel like I get a better stretch. It also helps with your grip of just having like the dumbbells. It's more of like an open chain, if you're getting my drift here, but I just did 4 sets, really focusing on pushing. It wasn't the heaviest weight ever, but not every set needs to be. And I really like the way that dumbbell and bench feel, and I have a slight incline here. That's my preferred method. You could do, I guess, any variant. Sometimes I'll do like flat or whatever it was, but it was incline this day. And it felt really nice. You can kind of see me start to struggle here and bracing my core to give me some of that stability to get the weight up as much as I could. And I did about 4 sets, I believe, of like 8 to 10-ish reps. And then from there, I did the pec deck machine. You can do like flies or like on the cable machine. Any kind of fly variation is just what I like to do. And sometimes this machine has more stability and it feels real good. And honestly, I think the cables were just taken. So here's what that looks like. I really focus on slowly kind of pushing a challenging weight and really getting that contraction, if you can see, in your chest muscles. Something about chest, I don't know how some people really don't like it. I feel like it feels the most satisfying in terms of like when you can literally feel your blood pull. It kind of sounds yucky, but whatever. This is kind of what my flies look like. I did 4 sets, I believe, of these. Sometimes I'll do drop sets where I'll do like one last set of like half of the weight and really pushing it to failure. But whenever I look at these videos back and kind of see, number 1, why do I look at everybody else so much? And number 2, ew. But maybe that's just the point of like how you're training. Maybe you should try to look. I'm not perfect and I'm not God, but that's just how my training looks. And I think that's a very effective way for me to put on some muscle.
because it isn't pretty and it doesn't need to be. And so I moved on from here to my shoulder presses. So my main movements for shoulders this day were pressing and lateral raises. So I did my 30s. I got, I think, about 4 sets here. My elbows are slightly inwards, and I'm really focusing. I don't know if you can kind of see I'm bracing my core a little bit and trying to control my breath in a way that also helps bring me some more stability. And that's also been super helpful with just like having more weight and a more controlled sort of reps, because it's not always about like how heavy you go in just terms of like tempo and how you can control the actual movement. We're not ego lifting, all right? I would rather do like 30s and really have better reps than like 40s and get 2 that were like shitty. You know what I mean? So here's kind of what that ended up looking like. And then I have another set that I'm going to just like keep with the audio because I like those as well. But yeah, yay.
Last set, moving into our next exercise, I'm gonna just do a lighter weight of shoulder press and then move into lateral raises. And I hope you guys are really proud of me. I'm like really filming in my gym, like set up on a thing, on a box. So uncomfortable, but like I'm in the uncomfortable right now, and it's not that bad. Is it a little bit embarrassing? Maybe, but that's also subjective. Just lateral raises. I've never done these before. Michael, if you're watching this from Higher Wellness, he always talks about deficit push-ups, and I never do push-ups, but I want to try them. I have kettlebells here. Let's see what we can do. I'm kind of scared. I'm gonna get back on a whack. I'm scared. Okay.
And here were my little deficit push-ups. So fun. I actually really enjoy these, especially with the kettlebells. So kettlebells are great for grip strength and just like focusing on balance and things like that too. So this is very similar to like a dip, if you will, if you're looking at kind of like the nature of the movement. So I swapped these out instead of doing the machine dips that I usually did, and I ended up really, really liking these. These were damn hard, all right? You can kind of see, I don't know if it looks cutie to you. Ew. These were really challenging, and I will definitely be incorporating them moving forward because I really like the stretch that it gives you, and also like the other things that it helps with grips and things like that. And it also provides more of like the core stability versus like a dip, just because of kind of how you're laid out and the weight of the load. You're getting more core engagement compared to like doing something on the machine. You know what I mean?
Feels really good. I like how that stretch feels. Okay, remember? Got my eye doctor exam now. I just had my dentist and now it's eye doctor. You can't win. You really can't. The real one's gonna have the tea behind this, but I'm gonna start with my weighted planks. Weighted planks going into dead bugs and then ab roller laps. Ooh, what you know about it? Always so awkward to set up, but it's fine. Come on, girl. Okay, maybe not. Come on. Oh, Lord. Independent woman. Hey. Ow. Chat. Those felt good. Dos más. Just finishing with 30 minutes of cardio. This is one of those days I really did not feel like doing stairs today. The golden ticket, okay, Willy Wonka, is don't negotiate with yourself. Like, oh, do I want to? No. And once you start going, you start flowing and going. I have no idea how long I've been going for. Okay, why was that Fetty Wap? I peeped it. Why was that Fetty Wap? Where is he, by the way? That was such a good lift. I'm so glad that I did push. I usually don't train my chest super hard or shoulders really even. It's like usually chest and back and then I'll have like a cardio nap day or whatever, but pairing them together felt so good and those deficit push-ups felt amazing. I will definitely be incorporating those to get that really full, even beyond range of motion. Compliments to the chef. I don't know who the chef is, but can you tell him I love him? Accountability check, but also you're a bitch. You're not a bitch, but sometimes just need David Goggins to tell you that, just to get through it. And it works, so. Can we get a pump? Check, chat. That felt so good. I feel so much better. See, every single time you're like, oh, I just can't do stairs. Says who? Literally says who. Obviously, cardio selection doesn't necessarily matter in terms of just whatever you feel like you enjoy and you can stay consistent with is like the most optimal. But I'm telling you, dude, something about the stairs. They just hit home to me. Maybe that just shows my mental health is that. I have no idea, but overall, I was super focused that whole time. Some other wins for today that aren't even workout related. I filmed my workout in like, my camera was out. Usually I hide my camera in my bag. I'll put it down low so that you can't see it. But I was like, you know what? No. I'm loud and proud. I'm ugly and I'm proud. I'm filming and I'm proud. SpongeBob. Everything is SpongeBob. I'm so sorry. Drinking game. Take a shot every time I reference a child TV show, but it's always SpongeBob. I feel real good and sweaty, and so now let's go sit in my car and drip home. Yum. I finished up my client calls. It's about 7 o'clock right now. My last one ended a few minutes early, so I get to get evening sunshine. I'm so grateful. It feels so beautiful outside, and I am so freaking glad that I vlogged today. I'm gonna be honest, I woke up and I was like, oh, I have been in like really anxious mood and I'm just not in the mood, and then I'm gonna have to like, hello, and like whatever. Like, I don't, not that it's like a fake thing, but I was really discouraged going to bed last night because I wanted to vlog today, but I was so nervous that like I was gonna be in a bad mood and I was gonna have a bad day, and then it's like not interesting or whatever. And literally, this is for documentation purposes. I am both getting morning and evening sunlight in one day. I have not gotten that. I can't even remember the last time that I got both of those in one day. I'm so grateful. Even though I did wake up feeling a little bit, you know, under the weather, my morning walk, what is it, like clear? I was gonna say rehabilitated, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Not restabilized. What is that word? You know what I'm talking about. And I know that even if it was hard, I would still get through hard things because I can do hard things just the same way that you can. But today felt amazing, and I've been in such a slump of the past few days of really feeling down about myself, and I feel like that's just proof it's not always gonna be that way. And I've been struggling a lot, if I'm being honest, with increasing my food a bunch. my body image has been horrible, and I don't feel the best. Sometimes I feel a little bit, I don't wanna say fraudulent because it's real to me, but I feel like I can't struggle with body image because I put myself online. So obviously like that comes with maybe this assumption that I'm confident all the time or whatever. And I am somebody who you can be confident no matter how the fuck you look. I'm confident in myself because of who I am, not of how that externally reflects. When you eat a lot more food, I don't want to say randomly, but I'm not doing it how I used to in the past where I was like incrementally increasing. I just kind of spawned into like guessing. It's really hard sometimes when your body adjusts to that. I feel a little bit of an inclination to like go back to tracking just because I'm a little bit uncomfortable with how I feel, and I just kind of like have this urge to know. I still want to trust the process, and that's been mentally really difficult for me. The only way out is through. I do feel a lot better energy wise and in the gym wise. Those things obviously matter so much more to me than whatever an aesthetic thing is, and I try to view my life very long term. Having things like muscle or whatever it is are so great for long-term health that I don't really care what that does in the present moment. I can trust long-term big pictures, and I've been in plenty of surpluses plus is that the plural before. Something about this one, it just feels a little bit, because I'm doing it honestly, kind of raw dogging it, I'm recognizing that I don't really know how to do that, and I don't like not knowing. And I think that's another contributor of why I felt a little bit anxious recently. If I know that I'm staying consistent with the behavior, the only way for me to ease my anxiety is by staying through and staying consistent with it. Because if I just change and start tracking because it's what makes me feel comfortable, then I have proved and confirmed to my brain that yes, not tracking is the negative thing, versus just sitting in the uncomfortable of not tracking for long enough to realize that I can trust myself, that I'm okay, that I'm safe, kind of reframe what I feel comfort with. Because if you feel comfort in, I talked about this in my podcast episode, which I'm gonna be honest, I think a part of my like high today, I am so incredibly proud of the podcast episode that I posted last night on control. It is my favorite one that I've ever done. I really encourage you to listen to it. I wish that I could like blast it through the world's speakers, and I don't always feel that smart, but I'm incredibly proud of that one. Feel a need to find comfort in, you know, isolating. If you do feel uncomfortable and then isolate out of comfort, you're just reiterating to yourself that that's the only way to feel comfort. When the goal here is to feel comfort in different things, in inclusive things, right? And in healthier sort of things. The only way for me to feel comfortable eventually not tracking is by doing it longer. Doesn't sound like the right answer, but that's how it works. Sorry. So I'm proud of myself for just trusting the process, recognizing when I feel uncomfortable and not letting how I feel dictate what I do, because oftentimes you're not gonna wanna do half the shit that you need to do, okay? What you want and what you need are two very different things. Regardless of either of those things, even if they are hard, you're capable. I'm capable, you're capable, we're all just trying our best. That was my inspirational TED Talk for the day. The first day in such a long time that I've gotten both morning and evening sun. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep like a damn rock. A pebble, maybe. And on the topic of gratitude, to celebrate some other small wins today, I did a few things out of order this morning. I know I've been saying, oh, I found like a good kind of cadence and routine that's been working for me, and typically it's getting a good work stretch, and then I will go to the dogs, and I went to the dogs first and did my work afterwards, and I was fine, and I had a great day, and I was very productive. And I'm be honest, I was like, oh my god, it makes more sense for me to go to Sherlock right now. Like, what is this gonna do with my workflow? It made me anxious, but I just did it anyways, and it was fine. And so what that does is it gives me evidence moving forward that if I need to play around with my routine, go to the dogs first or do homework later, or I can do that. And you're gonna be okay, but you gotta challenge those things. I'm learning so much in my years. I feel like I'm like a sponge, like just like I'm not gonna reference SpongeBob, don't you worry. I could have. That was a good segue and I didn't. That's growth. 15 minutes of sunshine. I have to pee so bad, and that is why I'm going home. The fact that women can't just pee in nature somehow is sexist. I can't explain that. I want to pee in a bush the way a man can. Listen, can you? Yes, but isn't it illegal to pee in public? Why is that a law that you can't pee in public? We all need to do it. When I win the 2024 presidential election, you can pee wherever you want. You can pee in the road. It's actually healthist for you to not let me pee, because if I hold it for too long, that hurts my kidneys. So why are you trying to hurt me right now? Answer that one, Uncle Sam. I drink like a normal amount of water, like a gallon a day, but I think I drink a lot at once. When I sip for like, cause you guys know I'm a sipper. All right, so I just chug with big chunks at once versus like just taking my time. I need it right now. So grateful there are birds. Thinking of the poem, what is it? Wild Geese by Mary something. You know the poem I'm talking about. Beautiful literature. I'm grateful for clean air, nature and the sounds, and for school and the path that I'm on. Literally the path that I'm on. I'm grateful for you. Today actually is Suicide Prevention Day. I mean, September is Suicide Prevention Month. I struggle with mental health. I've lost people to suicide in my life, and it's devastating. And if there's anything that I hope to give to you guys through my content, it's proof that it gets better. That there's so much good. It's just so incredibly hard to see that when your brain has put a like foggy lens on your screen of life. And I totally know that. Your brain distorts your reality. It can make you think that it won't get better, but I promise you it will. Even that word of distortion is proof to you that it's not actually real. It's just what your brain is telling you is. And I promise if you can just sit through it long enough, be kind to yourself as much as you can, meet yourself where you're at, it will get better, and you matter and you deserve to be here. If you think you do, if you don't. It's just a fundamental fact of your being. There's no way for things to get better if you kind of quit. Whatever you're going through right now, it will pass, and nothing at all in life is permanent enough to hurt you for the rest of your life. Nothing is, because we're not permanent. So even the pain that you're feeling will fleet. That is a requirement of it, because none of us are going to live forever, you know? And sometimes that might be a comforting thought and might bring you some peace too. Let's go shower before I contribute any more to the greenhouse gases. Well, this has been a whirlwind. I've been sitting in front of my seasonal depression lamp, which probably isn't optimal to do before bed, but you know what also isn't optimal? I'm about to take my magnesium right now with a Diet Coke. My body is going to take a screenshot right now. It doesn't know what's going on, and neither do I, okay? We're taking 2 steps forward with morning sunlight, 5 steps backward. My stomach lining is Chernobyl. And that's just what it's gonna be. I really do think that nighttime, I just get so anxious. My body image has been... And so what are we doing? We're just in a big sweatshirt. This is Nick's sweatshirt. It also helps because if you already even look in your stomach region, when I look in that, I think of him. And I love him, so I don't need to whatever. We're making our checklist for tomorrow, and we're just gonna hang out. And I know that I'm not the only person, which is why I want to share it, because if I'm thinking this, there's statistically at least one other person. I am not bipolar, but for so long, I genuinely was so convinced that I was, because of how quick my mood changes. It is literally like one thing will happen, and all of a sudden I will go from, like I'm so grateful, to literally wanting to cry and feeling so uncomfortable and like itchy. And it's even outside of like body image stuff, just in general. I've just felt like so much anxiety. 7 to 9 p.m. It's almost 10 o'clock now. Like, get me somewhere else. And I don't like viewing my days as like, I just want to wait for the next one, because then I feel like I'm wasting my life away. And so as much as I don't want to think this, I also, I'm just gonna be honest, I just want it to be tomorrow. I do, because I feel so out of control at nighttime. And I don't even mean out of control about anything specifically. I mean like out of my element, like just not real. Like time feels so heavy. Not that it matters, but I did get a good chunk of things done in terms of school today. I had a great lift. I felt so good today. I was so content what I accomplished 2 hours ago, and for some reason crossed over into like it's actually dark for real, or I don't know, the math there. I'm just not satisfied. I didn't get enough done, and I'm sitting with how much I didn't edit and how much I could have edited, or I could have responded to more people, or feeling the weight of discrepancy of everything ever at one time. I think that's probably why making my checklists at night has been helpful, because it probably satisfies kind of doing something for tomorrow, and like it's like false productivity. I don't know. I understand that everybody has different maybe variants of what the fuck? Sorry, my class grade just dropped to a literal D. That's not helping me. So my video submission for one of my assignments did not go through like I thought, and my professor decided to give me a 5 out of 55 on it because he couldn't receive it. So I just had to email him. Did I cry off camera? I did. And I'm so just like, you know what? Let's turn this off. Close this up and just close up shop. And tomorrow is a new day. When you can sense that you're not going to be speaking kindly to yourself in the present moment, maybe it's okay to want it to be tomorrow. I don't know if that's the right answer or not. Don't yell at me. That's just where I need to meet myself where I'm at right now. I have organized what I need to. What I got done today is what I got done today. And I'm grateful for my education, the fact that I have professors to stress email at 10 p.m. Not everybody has the privilege of learning in that way and the freedom to do that. And with an eye twitch, I'm grateful for a nutritious diet that is a surplus that I can fuel adequately for my goals. Choose how I want to kind of lay out my day in terms of my scheduling. And I'm grateful for my nails because they look really good. Even though one already kind of chipped, we're gonna look at this hand right now. So if this little vloggy can give you anything, maybe it's comfort that if your days feel like you're on the Dominator at King's Dominion, where it's like 1 second I love everything ever and I'm high, and the next second I am hanging on by a damn thread. I don't know. I'm not perfect. That's what that is. So there's that part of me who's kind of like, oh, this wasn't an interesting vlog. I love making daily vlogs and weekly vlogs, but let me know if there's any other videos that you like. I know that I have creative capability, freedom on my channel, and I do just like doing daily vlogs, and that's why I like watching our vlogs. So it's like the kind of content that I usually put out. I'm also recognizing that sometimes my days are like this. Maybe that's even more helpful to see. I don't know. But I love you, and your opinion of me means a lot to me. Maybe that's not a good thing to admit, but I appreciate you for watching. I hope that you're kind to yourself, can take a moment of peace with your day, whether it's 5 minutes of acknowledging that you want it to be tomorrow. Maybe that gives you peace for 5 seconds, that you get to go to bed. Okay, I get a bed. Not everybody gets a bed, and I get one. That's awesome. All right, and I'm gonna go and channel that in my dreamland, hopefully. But I love you, thank you for watching, and I will see you in next week's video, and go get big.